Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking live at Battle Dice, the first of many different properties to come as a part of the Diceaverse, the newest metaverse project, the first metaverse project that I am aware of that will be granting XP to the NFTs, experience points. And the NFTs are the dice themselves. Yes, this is going to wind up looking like Battle Yahtzee.
Yay for whiskey!
Hey, yay for whiskey. You know what? We're
Point
listening
for
to
hydrate.
Mabius.
I still have beer here to hydrate with.
We're listening to Mabius on his stream right now because he just coded the rest of this. In fact, I probably should add a source
Alright.
and have this be Mabius.
Let's see. Anything else we can tweak?
Oh, nope. That's not it. That's definitely not what we
I don't
want.
even need those.
That is not what we want. Let's see.
Wait, what's this? What's
Screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I need it up on the screen. Ha ha! There it is. There it is.
I really need to work on cleaning this up, though. It is some insanity. There's a lot. You went live? Okay. Here's what I think, guys. I think there's really nothing more for me to do. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, yeah. There's really nothing more for me to do here on
Okay, there we go.
development tonight. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go kick a raid over to the big Yoda over here. And I'll join him in Discord and we can discuss the game. So, let's do it. So I will catch you guys later. I appreciate y'all hanging out. If you guys have not followed yet, please do so. Oh, Davis Tad. I'm sorry. We're actually done with the development for the night, and we are going to flip over to Big Yoda's to discuss the game and whatnot. But yeah, like I was saying, I would have. Oh, here, let me to these. Yeah, hit that follow button. My gaming Discord. If you're not a part of it, please check it out. And I don't have a command yet for the Diceaverse. If you're interested in the Diceaverse, let's see. If you are interested in checking out the Diceaverse, here is the link to that. And yeah, that is gonna be it for tonight for me. Well, on my stream. Like I said, we're heading over to Big Yoda's and I'm gonna join him in Discord. So I'll catch you guys later.
All right, guys. He just switched everything to us. I'm putting a couple of announcements in the Solarverse channel as well as Diceaverse. And we should start seeing some traffic showing up in there here in a matter of moments. All right, I've got that. So I can see you guys chatting away. I'm hoping. There it is, raid. It's funny. You're raiding with a party of 4, and yet I only have 2 viewers. How is that possible? But there it is. La la, la la, la la, 1669. Uh-huh. Yes.
Salad Fingers says hello. He thinks that you would make a fine addition to his closet once he takes your skin and makes a dress out of it.
Yep. Salad fingers for the win. Alright, so what am I doing here? This is my stream thing. I'm not even playing yet. That can sit there so I can see what I'm streaming, see how many people are watching. I can minimize Discord. Oh, wait, I need to get in voice for Discord, don't I? Hurr. 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 If any of you want to join us in the Diceaverse Discord, you can. There's voice channels, and I see it already in the general. I see the Salad Fingers gifs already showing up in in the Discord. Hey, Sky, how are you, buddy? Yeah, no, I know. Salad Fingers is awful, but it makes for just the creepiest voice. And so I haven't heard Salad Fingers in years, but that's just what I remember him sounding like in my head. Just this dreadfully creepy thing. And so, yeah, we'll wait for Mavius to get in.
I'm here.
There he is. There he is.
Begin Battle Dice Simulation. Arena initial.
There we go. There.
Player ready. May the dice be ever in your favor.
May the dice be ever in your favor. That's exactly how I voiced it, by the way, even with the head moving and all that stuff. Because, you know, when you're a voice artist, you got to get into your shit, right? And you got to be like, may the odds be ever in your favor. Yeah, exactly. And then you just modulate it by turning yourself into 5 voices at the same time and stagger them, and all of a sudden it sounds like a computer. Not hard, actually. It's the DAP.
Unless your voice sounds like mine, and then it's...
Then maybe it's harder. Yeah, exactly. But the DAP is what does it for me. You know, the Digital Audio Processing Unit, which is... I use Adobe Audition. I don't like having to look all the way over at my second monitor to see the chat, so I'm going to reposition this a little bit.
So I actually have no idea how this handles it whenever I stop my stream since I raided.
I've got 14 people watching
out.
us. Yeah, I've got 14 people watching. So I think your party came through there, dude.
Well, yeah, it definitely comes through. I just don't know if it pulls them back out when I stop my stream.
Look at that, 5 4s to start with, and a 3, of course, naturally. Anyway, I imagine that we've got some Solarverse people in here that popped in because I put a bald-faced shill in the general chat, which is usually frowned upon. But I feel as though if Senna were awake, which he's not, because it's... What time is it right now? It's 8 o'clock here, which means it's 2 a.m. his time. Wait, 2 a.m. on a Saturday? Actually, Senna's just getting home. And so maybe he might be on. And maybe John might be on. Who knows? Because they take their partying on Saturday nights very, very seriously over there in London. Let's see. Let me look at the Solarverse. And nope, none of them are on. So there you go. Anyway, we are going through the Battle Dice simulation, the Battle Dice game for the first time. And the... people are talking in my chat. People are talking in our Discord channel as well.
Whoa, who, hey, he.
How about that, man? But, yeah. That's cool. So, yeah, we put it through its paces. If you guys were around for... How long were you on? Maybe an hour and a half?
Oh, no, I was on way longer than that.
Yeah, you were... Oh, wait, yeah, it's 8:11, so you were on over 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, and look at that. Big straight. And got the final kinks worked out. Put the voice stuff on there. And I think... And you took off the flags off of these dice, so now only one die has a flag. And that says... If you can read it, it says 50% chance for a 3. So when we're testing, we're about to release this version to everybody, and I think... Where do you want to do that, Mavius? Do you want to do that... We'll put it in the Discord, and we'll put it here in the chat on my Twitch.
Well, okay, so yeah, as far as we'll have to decide what sort of a password, but we can actually, I haven't tested this out, but from itch.io, we should be able to embed the HTML in another on our web on the website, and you play through itch.io. They still host it for us. If you wanted to do
Aha.
it that way.
Aha. So in that case, I need to invoke someone who. What time is it right now? It is.
I mean, we can do that part tomorrow or something.
It is noon their time now. So maybe he's up. He does have a tendency to stay up late with us, the U.S. peoples. All right, 1, 2, 3. Hold on, I'm not concentrating here. I'm losing. I'm not losing actually.
Loser.
See, this is should I attack for 20 or heal for 24? Because I've already got him on the ropes. He's already losing. That's one of the things, right, for a dice game is attacking
yeah, I
and
mean,
healing. It's a little bit different.
As of right now, honestly, I fully expect healing, and I did not put it in there yet, but I probably should put in some on some of the future demos. Put on some analytics
Yeah, to let
to
him make the
figure out
choice.
what people do and what works for them.
Big straight for him there.
Like, does anybody ever hit heal?
I did earlier, and I managed to win because I healed for 24 twice, and he only hit me for two pair and a 0. So I healed 48, and he only hit me for 10, and then I hit him back with a large straight. So I was fortunate. See, here's another 2 pair that just became a full house. Full house. Fuller house. Dude, I'm ready to call this pre-alpha our alpha test version, sir.
I'm dropping.
Look
you
at that!
I'm dropping you the code that needs to be dropped in there for to embed it.
On our website.
Yes, you'd still need to use the password, but yeah. Whoop whoop.
I want to score 42. I want to score 42. 3, 4, 5, 6. Needed 2. Oh, didn't get it. So when you score nothing, you might as well just heal. And you heal with the sum of the total of the dice. So
Wow.
depends.
Not yet.
Oh, no, eventually you will. That's right. We put it in as what, 24?
Yeah, I
Something like
think
that?
so.
Yeah.
It came up to the last minute. He came up with that idea, and it's like, nah. Day of, there's no way I can code in
Right. Dynamic
that.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Right now, it is. It's an easy thing to code up. Just not last minute.
Need a 6. Just need a 6. There it is. Let's listen to the winner.
Unlocking Victory Protocol. You win.
Woo! All right, where did you put that?
I sent it to you in a DM on
DM on Discord?
Discord. Yeah.
DM on Discord. I see. Oh, I see it.
Password is not released yet. It will be released to the whitelisters shortly.
I think we were going to let everybody play it for a little bit, or at least until such time as we have an AMA, and then we can close it back down. I think.
Yeah, do you want to go ahead and drop it to the whitelisters?
Yeah, hold on a second.
I don't know the best way to message or whatnot as send them a message.
Don't we have a channel for whitelisters only? But or
if we
actually,
don't, I can make
right
one.
now we'll change the password. But right now, I just wanted everybody to play for a little bit. Dang it, where is he? He's not here.
What?
Our web guy.
Oh wait, Sky's in here. Yeah, hey Sky, make us a whitelisters only channel, and then we can just ping everybody in there with the password. That's the simple way.
That's a very simple way.
Yeah, so starting next week, I think I'm going to be doing more development on stream.
Yay.
This time it was just 90% me trying to figure out what the hell was going on with that the sound.
You were just, yeah, yeah.
I figured it out. What it was so the way you wait in this is a little weird how you do it in Unity, and you essentially thread it. And I wanted the dice to be rolled, half a second after that button click. So it sounds a little bit cleaner to me. So that dice roll is happening on a second thread, and multi-threading on web is not the same thing as on anything else. So it did not have a primary thread, so it probably didn't have primary access to whatever it uses for audio encoding. And there you go.
And there you go. There is.
You want me to drop the password right now?
Sure.
All right, for whitelisters.
I'm
Right.
getting there.
Here. Password. And
Who's calling for John in our Discord?
huh?
Someone's calling for John in the Diceaverse Discord. John is the guy that does all the coding for the Solarverse. I like it. OG white list. Look at this, real secure.
Yeah, we are all about security.
We are, man. Oh my god.
Hey, it's just a demo.
Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what. All right, so now. Oh, so you put the so you put the link in the Discord.
Yes. The link for it is in the Discord and the password as well. For the OG whitelisters. So
Holy
if you
shit.
are not an OG whitelister yet,
Oh.
how long do we have?
Let's see. There is 4 hours until the end of the contest, and then the OG whitelist goes away forever. After that,
Yeah, buddy.
and then it's just regular whitelist.
3 hours, 38 minutes, and 52 seconds.
Bing, bing, bing.
I don't know what that was. So, Mirador just sent me a link that apparently there is now. And I was wondering about this earlier. I was wondering if there was going to be, and someone had to be able to do it, was to create a site that would take your requirements basically and say, here's all my art, here's what I want to do, and go make me a contract. And basically, they take the shell of an audited contract for an NFT minting and launching. They let you build your own site to link off your own website that is a Web3 site. And so apparently there is now mint.store that will allow you to design your own NFT experience along with an NFT marketplace and the whole bit. Now, I haven't checked it out. I don't know what gas fees are going to be because I imagine because it's a generic contract, it's going to be highly
what did you say
inefficient.
It was called?
Mint.store.
Mint.
M-I-N-T. Mint.store.
I don't know why I thought my brain just ignored you for a little bit there, I guess, and thought you said NFT.store. Yeah. I'm like, this isn't a thing.
Weird. Weird, and weirder. So I think what we're gonna do is for ease of use for right now, and this will go away like in moments. I'm going to put this link that mavius.itch.io, right? That will launch the game, right?
Yes. Well, that's my itch.io account, which has absolutely nothing on it but Diceaverse.
Oh, right.
/Diceaverse will give you this game, and then you'll need to put in the password, which is in the OG whitelist Discord channel. Now, one thing to remember, guys, if you find any bugs that you think are a humongous, crazy deal, please put them in the. Did we allow everybody into that yet?
Yeah.
No, now it's here. I am opening that one up. There is a bug list channel now available. I had it private.
Okay, perfect. So now we have.
Feel free to drop any in there, but
Battle dice. Simulation.
remember, this will not be the final.
May the dice be ever in your favor.
Especially around things like UI and whatnot.
Oh yeah. There's
I
no,
mean, I'm not going to get upset with people putting it in there, but it's probably not going to do much good to put stuff like that in there.
right.
More around the idea of, oh, the AI did something extremely stupid,
Right.
Or
Like yeah.
somehow it took 4 rolls instead of 3. Those are things that we need to. It would be nice to hear about.
Like the thing that I told you when I first got in there, that all of a sudden the AI rolled and then quit because it didn't know what to do, and so it just
No, it
stopped.
didn't even roll.
Oh, it rolled. It
just-
rolled once. It rolled once and then
Oh, it
just
did?
stopped. Yeah, it was like, I'm confused. Please help
and
me.
the reason why that was it was a read write thing. I went stupid. So
Look at
I
that.
had this whole analytical thing going on with his AI, and he writes out like every single thing he could do, and it's written in read from a file. Well, the problem is when you deploy,
The file.
handling is a lot different.
See, that's it.
Oh, you killed the security. Look at this.
I just
big
put it out
Yoda.
there just to let everybody in,
This
and
guy.
we'll change the password after our AMA or something, and then
This guy.
and then
Ha!
there you go. Auction
Sky,
any NFT
Sky,
with no
you're killing
fee.
me.
Holy
You're
smokes!
killing me, Smalls.
Holy smokes! See, now no one is watching the stream anymore because now they all started playing. And this is the thing. I just, on my first roll in this game, I rolled a 5 of a kind, which has yet to have a name. We need a name for the 5 of a kind. As I turn around,
It's called a Mabius.
as I turn around and try to solicit my wife's opinion. Oh, hold on. My dogs have something to say about it. One of them wants to call it bark. The other one wants to call it Hey, Cindy. What do you think we should call our 5 of a kind? Because we can't call it Yahtzee or Farkle or anything like that, obviously. What do you think
Does
we
Farkle use 5 of a kind?
Yes, Farkle has a
It's been
5
a
of
long
kind.
time since I played Farkle.
Yeah.
That's like old people game.
Somebody on Discord said we should call it a schmoogle, but we decided that sounded too much like Schmeagle
Or Schmegma.
or Schmegma. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. If Smeagol and Schmegma had a baby, that's what it would be. Schmoogle. Quint. Yeah, Quint. Quincy. See, and that's funny because I had the same thought myself. We call it a Quincy.
Boy. Now I can get back to building my my Gundam model.
Oh, Pentacube, he calls it. Bong like says Pentacube. A Pentacube.
I'm not completely against that. I don't know if that's the final, but that's
Tad.
actually an interesting name.
Tad says Fist of 5. Skyender says Yo Dice.
Hey now.
we,
I did all the work.
We could call it a Jovius. Yeah.
I think we should call. I don't have a name yet, but I think we should put it something around like the whole Diceaverse idea, like a universe type name.
Universal name, huh?
Well, yeah.
So like Meta. Let's trademark that real quick before Facebook does. Oh, too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that. Boy, I'll tell you what. First roll, a meta yacht. Meta quint. Quint. Meta quint. Or, wait a second. What's another 5? Yo dice. Jovius.
Yeah.
Skyender likes Jovius. A penta? A metapenta. A pediment. Pediment. Pedimenta.
Oh,
Pedimenta.
That's a little
Pedimenta.
That's a little too far. A little too close to pedophile.
Pentameta. Metapenta. Ooh, a pinto. Let's just call it a pinto. That way it explodes if you hit it from behind.
Oh man.
Oh, this is going to suck. Oh, no, we pulled the full house out of the chute. Oh, bye. All right, I'm going to win.
Yeah. So I took my son to a hobby place, and I picked up a Gundam model. You know, the kind you have to put together. We almost did not have a stream because of this.
Oh, Lord.
I'm very into it right now. Now I'm back to it, so yay. But now that I'm off stream, I can do whatever the fuck I feel.
I'm just going to heal. Because I had nothing to do. You know, it's something to have people watching you basically roll dice that don't roll on screen. How many people would click this 1, 2, 3, 4, versus just click, 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 click from left to right? How many people?
I can tell you.
I think it's a style. I think the left brain people are going to be more click in order, and then the right brain people are going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know which is which. The creatives actually would probably just pick at random. Just, oh yeah, this works. I'm gonna pick these 4 dice anyway. So.
Yes.
And then, oh, who was it? Was it Sky that wanted to hear Kermit the Frog? Was that who wanted to hear Kermit?
Didn't you put that in there? Or I mean, in the Discord.
Yeah, he wanted to hear. I don't remember who it was. I wanted to hear that Kermit the Frog thing, but I was dabbling with the idea of having something like Kermit the Frog here to just basically say hello, welcome to the game with Kermit. Oh, what do we do? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, nothing. We'll just do 10 damage because we can. I don't need to heal anymore. I've got this in the bag, especially if he's going to roll crap like that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, it seems like he got bad.
He got unlucky, I'll tell you that.
Anything.
Look at that. Well, that was heal 18. Oh, I guess it was heal 18 instead of, I guess that's what we pegged it at, is a blanket of heal 18. Just something. Let's see. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. All right, he's down at 80. I'm at 158. And he just hit me for 42. Wow. 20. All right, I am a Jovius plus 10 points away. And he rolls 0 again. Man, that's like 2 out of 3. It's
Yeah, see, that's the
very
thing, like,
unlike him.
Yeah, and I haven't changed the AI since you were playing the other night.
And he was
all.
he was kicking my ass the other night.
So I don't know why it's doing that.
We just need
Why
to.
it's different.
We'll have reporting on the back end. There it is. Oh, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
I misdid my own calculations in my head. So unless he rolls a triple Jovius, Jovius is kind of linguistically difficult to say.
Victory protocol.
It is.
You win.
You need to lose so everybody can hear the.
Kermit. Kermit instead of regular voice. You want to hear everything? Instead of when you click here, you see Kermit the Frog here, welcoming you to the Diceaverse.
Player ready. May the
Yeah.
dice be ever
Maybe not,
Get
right?
sued.
Where's Miss Piggy?
We are gonna get sued so hard.
I need to play with her. 3465. So are you saying that I should lose on purpose so you can hear
Absolutely.
the defeat protocol?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm just going to do one roll and attack the whole time.
Yep.
And then hopefully that will allow him to defeat me. And I think the final version of the game probably cannot use the phrase, may the dice be ever in your favor. My guess is we might get in a little trouble.
Really don't know, honestly. That one's a little bit of a. I mean, it's obvious what you're referencing, but at the same time, it's not exactly like an uncommon phrase.
Huh.
Because it's may the odds ever be in your favor. I mean,
May the odds be ever in your favor. Exactly, right? And
but it's. I don't think you can get in trouble for that.
it is different fundamentally, you know? They can't copyright something if it's different. And Sky is talking
they
about
can't copyright a phrase, a common phrase.
it is a common phrase, but they put it in the common vernacular. So Sky is saying it's not a bug, but he finds it more intuitive to select the die that he wants to re-roll. And here's the rub on that, is that everywhere else when you play, if you were to play Yahtzee or Dice with Friends, they have you lock the dice that you want to lock. That's why we chose the mechanism that we did, because it is commercially available to millions and millions and millions of people. The way to set aside dice that you're not going to roll again. But now I get what you're saying, right? Is in the real world, what do? You pick up the dice that you're going to roll again and you throw them. So in the augmented reality version of the game, then maybe that's the way we go. Right? Where you pick up the dice that you want to throw again and you throw them. Maybe he's just had a heart attack. That's why he's not on right now when I said augmented reality.
Hey, I'm the one that brought up that idea.
Yep. Hey, Sky, if you want to, jump in the voice channel and talk to us. All right, it's 148-6. He should be winning. He should be beating me right now, and you can hear the defeat protocol. Here it is.
Execute defeat protocol. You are a loser.
I'm a loser. Oh, that's so funny. Somebody put it in Twitch chat, you are a loser, and the bot flagged it for bullying. I find that funny that we've created a politically incorrect game in this day and age that someone might be offended that it said, you are a loser. That's funny. That is really funny, I think. Man, I am excited. 2, 3, 4, 5 to say, oh, I don't know why I'm just doing that. That this is like the first proof of concept that we can build shit that we are saying that we can build.
Yeah.
And there are so many metaverse projects out there that are like, hey, give us millions of dollars. Trust me, I'll build it for you.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Ape Club. $1.2 million, and they ran off into the sunset. Full house. Okay, great. So yeah, if you read the white paper, which is available at Diceaverse.io, if you read the white paper there, you will find something that I have yet to see in any white paper for anything crypto related, which is before even the executive summary, you get a section that is called Vision and Values. And that's where we articulate the vision and values for this project. And it all revolves around trust and what we perceive to be the lack thereof in the NFT space in general. Because we're seeing a lot more projects that just bubble up because it's the new hotness, right? People are spinning up NFT projects that have absolutely no idea what they are doing in the technical realm whatsoever. And now it just so happens, that Mavius is pretty much a full stack developer, and I am a product manager in the software space. So together we make the perfect team because I can articulate the requirements and he can build the hell out of them. And
I'd help you if I had to articulate.
Exactly, right? And so it helps to delineate that and have, like Senna and John over on the Solaverse, right? John's the propeller head and Senna's the business guy. And that's how it goes. That's how the best, when you have a subject matter expert and then you've got what did I miss my third roll? I'm just sitting here talking and not rolling correctly, and now I'm going to lose again. Oh no, I'm not. I'm winning. Anyway, that's the best. That's the best way to do it. Who's leaving? Oh, Tad is leaving. All right, good night. Do you have any
guys in here?
What's that?
Yo.
Who?
Guys in the voice channel.
Sky is. Oh, hey, Sky is in the voice channel. How about that? I haven't heard him yet. Did you mute?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, there he is. There he is. There he is.
Just didn't stop talking, so.
That's what happens. Once I get going, I don't stop.
I was just letting you finish your piece.
Yes. It's funny, I did a presentation at my job on Wednesday or Tuesday, I forget which. And the presentation was all about presentation skills. Because generally speaking, software developers suck at presenting their stuff.
Hey now.
Well, I'm just saying that the majority of software developers start talking in a very technical way, and they start explaining their solution, and they know everything about it, so
that's the most interesting stuff.
Of course it is, but when you've got business users on the other end, they don't give a rat's ass about what JavaScript you use to be able to pull this up in the back end. All they want to know is my data safe? And how
They
does...
don't even care about that.
Yeah. Well, in the healthcare space,
They want it to be... If you let business users make decisions on that, oh hell.
It would be bad. Oh, I win. No, I don't. Not yet. I have to get... There it is!
Well, actually,
now
Sky, you did it right. You basically said it right there in the general chat. Big Yoda broke security. Here's the link. Password.
That's what business guys do, because they're like, hey, here, go see this thing. Does it have a password on it? Yeah, sure, here you go. And now
it kills me so much.
And now here it is. All of a sudden, Mavius realizes, oh my god, I didn't. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's moving all his crypto out right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally reteaching myself Yahtzee right now. It's been years since I've played it.
And there will eventually be a cheat sheet in the game. Of course.
Right. There will be a tutorial that helps you get started to say, hey, when you roll 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 5. That's a run of 5, which we consider to be a large or a big run or something. I forgot what we called it. Because we didn't want to call it
straight.
Did we call it a large straight? I didn't know if we wanted to call it the same thing as
Well, I mean, that's poker, too.
It is poker.
They stole it from poker.
It is a poker. It is a straight. That's right.
So I'm perfectly fine with stealing it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Dude, this is what annoys me. This is what we'll have to get, obviously, is when the die stays the same, it doesn't appear to do anything because we need a rolling animation, which obviously is going to happen in the future when we get rolling animation.
I'm up in the air on whether I even want to bother with it for demo.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because it's going to be physical looking dice.
Right. Yeah, I don't know that you need to deal with it for the alpha, right? Maybe when we get ready to release beta, which is new AI or new UI, sorry. And that's the thing is depending on how people respond to this, if everybody says, "Dude, this sucks," then we have to
maybe we need to pivot.
Yeah, a little pivot here and there. Maybe we go to 2, 3, 4. Maybe we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, good choice. And maybe we go to iOS before we expect, right? To validate the hypothesis that this is a mass market type of game, right? Not an NFT crowd type of game, which makes it a little bit different. But these are all things that we'll have to discover in due time.
And I mean, you just gotta keep in mind this is freaking huge. The fact that we're already playing a demo of a game, and there's been no information really on the NFTs yet.
Right. Totally backwards, right? Than the way most people do it.
But don't worry, that information is coming.
It is forthcoming, and I am very excited to say that I'm going to start leaking artwork on Friday.
Ooh.
Because I should have all 10,000 of our art pieces back on Friday.
Now they are just going to be patterns, right?
Patterns. Yes, of course.
Okay.
They're algorithmically generated, unique JPEGs, but they have attributes and tags and things. Some would call them metadata. And the only thing that you have to worry about from a rarity standpoint,
Victory protocol.
I win again.
Win.
The only thing from a rarity standpoint is the border. That's the only thing that denotes it as common or legendary or mythic. And that's it. Everything else is going to be completely randomly generated. 12 different patterns of dice that should be fairly evenly distributed. 5 different heads, 5 different legs, 5 different arms, 5 different backgrounds, blah, blah, blah. There's 6, I think, of each. Which allows us to generate something like 13,000 or 14,000 NFTs, but we're only going to generate 10. So that gives us the possibility of having other attributes that will occur randomly in a different percentage to others, because the engine will render them, and we don't know. There may be, out of the 6 different arm combinations, over 10,000, you should see anywhere from, what's 2,000 divided by 6? Quick. 320.
Whatever the calculator says.
Like 320 or something, right?
I
And
program shit like that. I don't figure it
yeah,
out
you
in
don't
my
have to
head.
do it in real time. So there should be roughly 320-ish or so. Where's my phone at? Where's my phone? Where is my phone? Please. Oh, hey, ADA is up 5.6% in the last 14 hours. The comeback is real. Crypto has recovered. Crypto winter is over.
I think you're dreaming there, but I admire optimism.
So 10,000 with 6 different combinations is 1,666. What did I say 200 for? What the fuck am I doing?
I don't know.
So 1,666 roughly.
That's why he's not the programmer.
Exactly. So there'd be 1,666 different heads. I'm sorry, 1,666 if we went strictly by averages. There would be 1,666 NFTs that would have the same arms. They would have all different bodies and all different heads and all different legs, but there would be 1,666 that would have one thing of arms. Say that's alien arms holding a ray gun, right? But because we're going to generate, how many of them we're going to generate? Hold on. 12 times 6 times 6 times 5 times 5. That actually is 10,800 different combinations. And then they're going to be force-fed the border. So 100 would be mythic, 1,000 will be legendary, and then the other 8,900 will be common. And there you go. Easy as that.
And there you go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me that I want some more. 5. Yes. Yeah, 100 out of 1,000 mythics. And they'll be like, the color is going to be, and that's Curtin, by the way, in chat. The color of the mythic is this red going to orange, kind of a gradient. Kind of like Magic the Gathering. With the if you play Magic the Gathering, the mythic rares are this orangish red,
beautiful,
really cool color, right? And so that's specifically why I picked that to be our mythic. Whereas like a lot of people do purple for epics, and did I just do that on the first roll? A lot of people do purple for epic, yellow or gold for legendary, blue for rare, and white or green for common. And with us, green will indeed be common. And there's a goldish gradient border that's like gold to black that will be our legendary. And that's the one that all you OG whitelisters, you will automatically get a legendary or 5 legendaries or how many ever OG whitelist tokens you have. And what am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. And so you'll get, what will happen is the way the contract is written, or at least with the way the contract is written so far, is that we will, before mint actually happens, this is the one place where we're going to lose a little bit of fair mint, sort of, is that we will mint the first 100 and then airdrop them to you. And the reason for that is the fact that we don't want to mint 100 and then airdrop them under a different contract. And so part of that is, hopefully we'll have your trust enough to know that what? Motherfucker! He dodged. That the order of which you're buying the OG whitelist will dictate the order in which we mint. Basically, we're going to mint 1 to 100, and the people who got in the OG whitelist, if you're number 1, the very first person, which I can tell you right now, number 1 OG whitelister is a wallet that starts with 0x3989, and they minted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I know who that is. And so forth. And so they will have the first 7 that get minted. They will still be in random order. You're not going to get like 7 that are going to have the same dye color, something like that. They will be jumbled up. So the first 7 that come out of the hopper will automatically be legendary. The first 100 will automatically be legendary, and then we will airdrop them to the OG whitelisters. So you don't have to mint, and you don't have to pay the gas because, gas is a thing.
S is a thing.
Why is the
You
draw
need to
so
just
late?
lay
What
out
does
the
that mean?
beans.
What does that mean, Bongabite? What is the draw? Oh, the drawing? As in the time of the drawing? Because when I told OpenSea that I wanted to end the sale on the 15th, it ended at midnight, at the end of the 15th, which is at midnight. And so I can't exactly have a drawing before the people could theoretically mint the extra tokens. Plus, we're actually going to do the drawing tomorrow. That way, I've got time to roll video on it, so that way you can see the thing happening. Because I
can recover from my hangover.
Yeah, look at that. It's a Jovius. And so basically we can, because I like the way that Solarverse does it, is that, they do their drawing and they do a screen recording of the drawing. And here, I'll show you, because I've already got a lot of it set up. Let me, I can't see my own stream. This is going to be trouble because I can't see my own stream. I can't see my own stream. Stream, please help me. Help me, please. Okay.
Mine, guys.
Window capture. It says picker wheel. So, look at this little guy.
We don't see... Oh, there we go.
There it
is. Oh,
is.
yeah.
See, this is the picker wheel, and it's already loaded with a whole ton of people that have already bought dice. And I'm just going to load it in with the... I could just spin it. What the hell just happened? See? What the... My mic just...
Well, okay.
Weird.
Well, I'm still here.
Whoa! What's going on here? Alright. I think I overmodulated my mic, and it has this little thing that protects it from damage because I was yelling into it. And so it decided to just switch itself off. So anyway, had this been the real mint, then this address would win. So this is very easy, very safe, very secure, very whatever, right? It's just I spin it and it does its thing, and that way, we didn't just hand select Mavius to win.
I mean, you can if you want.
That wouldn't be right now, would it?
But it would be nice.
It would be nice, but your dice and my dice are not in the drawing. I might have to tell you that. I'm very sorry to say, you shall not win.
Well, damn.
I know. I don't even remember that. I don't even remember what that address was. It 0x39 or something? I'm gonna take a look.
That was not the real thing, guys.
No, it was not the real thing. That was that address. Believe it or not, that address owns one single token, and it was token number 34 that was minted. So, yeah, go figure. Go figure. I don't know who that one is, but they'll be like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe that I lost. I cannot believe that I would have won, but I lost." Because I know, like for example, I know Nikki got another die. I know Sky got 4 or 5.
6 right now, actually.
6. There you go. And so those were not in the picker wheel. So I have to add those. Basically, whoever bought today is not in the picker wheel. And yeah, so we'll make sure, Mr. Skyender, that your wallet is in there 6 times because you have 6 tokens. It's not just a 1-for-1. If somebody, that's not really fair.
It was Chief Wiggs was the fake winner.
No,
Is that
That's hilarious.
that's John. That is the coder extraordinaire from the Solaverse. Oh my God.
That's funny.
Oh, wow. That's hilarious. That is more than hilarious. That is.
we bought today? Okay.
Oh, is John in the chat? My God, dude, it's like 3 a.m. Like I said, I did I just minimize my own chat where I can't see it because I'm a dork?
Yes.
Ah, yeah, Chief Wiggs, there it is. Oh, he bought today. Oh, did you really, John? Well, thank you. But yeah, dude, it's like 3 a.m. Sleep is for the weak. Yeah, that's right. Sleep is for the weak, my friend. I will. You know what? I think what I'm gonna put John on the spot here for a second, and I'm gonna ask him if I could run our contract by him just to look it over from a pseudo audit standpoint to say, hey, you're doing something very inefficiently here, because I don't know if I told you, John, I consulted with a couple of Solidity developers, and they both gave me the rundown of the pros and cons of Immutable, and some things I did not know. One, I looked at their SDK and I was not too impressed with it. It seemed very mature, and which they agreed with that assessment. And they also were like, if you mint on Immutable, it's always on Immutable, and you can't really, it's not really that, you can still move it around, but it's always going to show up on Immutable. And you've got to, like, connect your wallet to give it permission to mint, and then you connect your wallet again.
We lost you.
Unbelievable.
At least on Discord.
Unbelievable.
I hear you now.
Yeah, but anyway, the whole idea is that Immutable's platform just isn't that mature yet, and for a big project like this, it has some very big negatives. In other words, that I am more comfortable going ahead and saying that we're going to have our mint on mainnet, and then if we want to use Immutable later, we can for in-game. And dang it.
Good.
Okay. That is really, really odd. Anyway, we can use Immutable for in-game stuff because it's all going to be contained within the game, power-up tokens, things like that. No big deal. But from a top-level perspective, it's just not going to work for us. So, and then, hey, I see. Yeah, you said you talked to him, came to the same conclusion. Yep. So, great minds think alike. I'm just going to say that. I mean, they're coming along, but I will say that if ETH2 ever does show up, I fear for Immutable that they might just put them out of business. Although Gods Unchained is on Immutable, and I play that quite a bit. Anyway, I totally got away from playing this game. Mabius, what do you think?
What do I think? Well, I'm not sure. Are you talking about on the game, like what you should do?
No. I'm just in general. In general, are you excited? Because I haven't really.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean.
Hell yeah, yeah. No, I mean.
I'm excited and I'm scared all at the same time.
Exactly. It's we got a long process for development left, but I think it's It's looking great. The big pluses we have here is one, as of right now, we have a demo out. Two, we have people interested and people, willing to invest.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's more than a lot of projects have. I mean, yes, a lot of people are investing in NFTs all over the place like crazy, but I'm just talking games in general. Usually, you're jumping in and you're on your own for a year.
Win.
Right.
And
Oh, by the way, Mavius, I know you're still rather new to the NFT space. It's not jumping in; it's aping in.
I'm sorry.
So, Bonga Byte's asking, what else besides the back and forth rolling can you expect? Well, once the here's the thing, right? Is this is a very rudimentary proof of concept. So, what is going to happen is that you're going to see some animations, where once I decide to roll an attack with my 3 threes or my 4 threes or whatever I'm going to roll, then you'll see the animation isn't done yet, but you'll see the actual dice roll up and create a fireball and hit Big Yoda over here in the face, and that'll reduce their life total from 300 to, in this case, 270. But essentially, the game is I'm rolling, and I'm either doing damage to the opponent or I'm healing myself, one or the other. And in some cases, like this first die right here, I have a 50% chance to roll 3 because your NFT dice are going to have certain attributes associated with them. And that's either going to make you harder to hit, or it's going to make you hit harder, or it's going to give you more life at the beginning of the game. It may allow you to heal more. There are 6 different attributes to go with the 6 attributes that are present in just about every role-playing game that you'll see, because the long-term vision of this project is to integrate with tabletop role-playing in the real world. And yeah, I said that players playing D&D will be playing together at a table utilizing a virtual tabletop that will be running the Diceaverse, or within the Diceaverse will have a virtual tabletop integrated therein, whether that's Fantasy Grounds or there's 2 others I'm talking to, Roll20 or Foundry. Those are the 3 big ones. Those are the 3 big 800-pound gorillas in the space. Whether it's one of those or another virtual tabletop that pops up between now and then, I don't know. But this is just the first of the games, right? So I don't know if that gave you what you expected to hear, but yeah, essentially you are rolling dice to create combinations to kill your opponent. And when you win, you earn XP. The XP can be spent on upgrading your dice. The XP can also take the form of tokens. The actual D20 crypto coins that you will earn for playing. And you lost me again.
no, we got you.
Oh, okay. I think it's...
there's a lot coming. I believe the last stream we did, there were. I'm making a broad assumption that y'all can all hear me, but
yeah, we can.
the somebody had asked about craps, and while we don't have any direct, plans for craps, there is. I don't see any reason why we could, if there was interest, it fits in the universe that we're creating.
Right.
So while, like I just said, we don't have plans for it, but we could. And that's what Diceaverse is all about, is, you're not looking at it. Technically, I wouldn't really even call this a demo for Diceaverse, honestly.
Right.
This is a demo for Battle Dice. We're a long, long, long way away from what we could call technically a demo for Battle Dice, because it's not just. From a demo called for Diceaverse, because
Right.
it's more than just Battle Dice.
This is almost getting into what we're going to talk about on our first AMA, is a long-term roadmap, right? Is because we haven't even begun to talk about the dice lands that will incorporate the same concept that Solarverse is doing, that allow you to build your own dice game. Look at that. Jovius. And let's say that, for example, and this is another property that I'm currently working on, that Mavius is going to have to figure out exactly how to do this, but
Oh boy.
this is, we talked about this. You know what this is.
Oh, okay.
This is the
He does this to me all the time. He's like, he announces things, and then it's just like, okay.
John knows about this all too well. The Senna does the same thing to him. But the idea here is that there will be other games, maybe Craps. Craps can definitely be one of them. Those are that's actually a very easy game to code. It has a very finite definition, finite rules, and you're not going to use loaded dice. Obviously, the stats aren't going to help you. It is strictly Craps, but what of a dexterity-based game that basically combines the world of curling and
This one.
and cornhole.
Oh, geez, this one.
You roll your dice down a lane and trying to get it into a hole, and if you made it into the hole, then great, wonderful, you score 6 points. Or these are going to be D20s, right? Instead of D6s, these are going to be D20s, so you could score a whole bunch of points. But the idea is, of course, that if you get it inside the hole, you score a maximum amount of points. If you don't, and you just get it inside the concentric circle that is around the hole that you're going for, then you're scoring the points that are necessarily on the face of the die with a multiplier of some sort, like 0.5 or something like that. And your opponent is doing the same thing, trying to using a dexterity, a flick or something, to send their dice down to knock yours out of the circle. It's like marbles, but with dice and a hole in the middle, like cornhole. It's.
You're gonna destroy my soul a little bit in making me code cornhole. I despise that game.
That sounds so entertaining, though.
But Mavius is laughing. But the very first thing I was like, dude, let's do angry dice. The D20 can be like the big black bird that explodes instead of angry birds.
Oh boy, save me.
Right, but I mean, those are the types of things that once we put an SDK in place or a API, and then that's what we really are long term. That's what we would like to have, is an ecosystem of APIs, and that is the world that I came from, is the financial services world where Mavius and I used to work together, and the thing that I built was a CRM, or customer relationship management platform that went toe to toe with Salesforce.com, and so I can honestly say that for a time, my software actually beat Salesforce.com at the 4th largest financial institution in the United States. Now, unfortunately, it didn't stay there, but, at the time I was celebrating. And we both know exactly the reasons for that, but wasn't my fault. It's not my fault.
It was his fault.
It was.
Unlocking Victory Protocol. You win.
was not my fault. It wasn't. The problem really was just the fact that I convinced this dude that he really needed all this stuff during a demo that wasn't supposed to be a demo, and it ultimately culminated about 2.5 years later with Regions spending $42 million on all our stuff. And, that was just basically myself, our CEO, and 2 other people from our company with the CEO of Regions Financial and one of the executive vice presidents. And we came out of that meeting saying, we really need new software. Or he came out of there saying, we really need new software. And that's where all that came from. And so it was, once their business line got involved, their commercial guys got involved, all of a sudden they went in a different direction with some of those commercial banking specific stuff. And all this is old news, so I'm not. When did this happen? Like,
I don't think I was there.
12 years ago? You weren't there yet?
No, I don't. Oh, 12.
This was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, that was before me.
This was like, let's see, because I left to go work for FIS in 2012, right? So this would have been, and they were just finishing up the final implementation when I left. So it would have been 2009, 2010.
Final? I don't think so.
No. You're right, because they owned every piece of software that we had, and they just kept putting stuff in. But this specific little piece that I was responsible for went in around 2009, and then was ripped out around 2015 or 16 in favor of Salesforce.com. So, yeah, whatever. But the point is that Salesforce has this really intricate ecosystem of APIs that allow people to build software utilizing their Salesforce.com platform, right? The core set of APIs. And so that's what allows a little credit union in the South Carolina to all of a sudden say, yeah, we're going to build a banking software that we're going to use. And then, by the way, because it's on the Salesforce.com platform, we're going to sell it. And they wound up selling it, and they spun off that part of the business because they were making more money than the actual credit union was by selling the software to other credit unions. And it made a good business choice for them to do it that way. So yeah, it's very interesting to be able to build your own ideas on someone else's API, utilizing their platform. And what happens, and this is just pulling back the curtains from a business sense, is it's not free, right? It's when somebody else builds something on our platform, the Diceaverse platform, they are essentially going to have to deploy it on so they'll have to buy our minted lands. They could, right? Or they could deploy their own thing using our API in the real world and just, put a game out that is just on iOS or something like that. They could do it that way. But the idea is if they're going to use our API, they're going to pay what's called a click charge. And for traffic that's utilizing our API, we get a cut of, maybe a 0.001 cent or something like that. Or we make a deal for traffic and charge them by the gig or whatever. There's plenty of ways to monetize it. But that's where the money comes from, is people using your API, and that's how you monetize APIs. Unfortunately, and maybe as can say this, is that our previous employer, for whatever reason, did not believe in the idea of monetizing APIs because they were old guys that grew up in the 60s and 70s and were kind of stuck in their ways of saying, hey, the market hasn't asked for this yet, so we don't want to build it. Well, that's what Blockbuster guys said when Netflix came along, and guess what happened to them?
Yeah.
I'm preaching to the choir at this point.
Yeah,
I'm about to lose. Hold on. Let's hear.
Any business that will sit here and say,
Defeat protocol.
I don't want
You
to
are a loser.
I lost.
do X because I don't think anybody wants it. Because people aren't asking for it yet. We'll never get there. I'm not saying just because you have an idea, it means it's going to be good. But if your sole reason is because nobody's asking for it, because nobody was asking for Netflix.
Right.
Nobody was asking for Amazon. Nobody was asking for Google. They made people want them. Facebook, same thing. Nobody was asking for that. Nobody was sitting there going, "Man, I really wish I had a social media platform." What's social media?
Right.
Nobody was asking for a battle dice NFT game.
Right.
Yet here we are.
Right. Wow. I just got a note from a friend of mine who I'm doing some consulting on their NFT project, and he just told me who his artist was. He just shared with me, by the way, the artist on this is doing this project, and he just sent me an announcement from Disney
Shit.
about Alice's Wonderland Bakery. Apparently, that guy's the artist. I think this project has some credibility behind it. Yikes.
Maybe a little bit.
Wow, that's going to be fun. But yeah, one of the cool things about doing this, and I'm sure that I don't know if John's still in the chat because it's really, really late there, but by being one of the leaders out there first, it brings up opportunities for I can't yet, Bonga. I had to, and I wondered why I had to sign NDAs and talk to Hollywood lawyers when I started consulting on that project. Now I know, but I can't share any of that stuff. I don't know. I just totally lost my train of thought. Oh, what I was going to say was when you're a leader in the space, or not even necessarily a leader in the space, when you are one of the first ones out of the gate, whether you succeed or fail, people want to know what you did, and either if it fails, they know, hey, then maybe this didn't work, and if it succeeds, obviously it starts to form what we in the industry, the software industry especially, call best practices. Best practices are everywhere. 42, you piece of trash. But yeah, that's just one of the cool things about getting to do something, and when you're on the bleeding edge, the cutting edge of technology, is all of a sudden, you have some people that may reach out from time to time to say, hey, and plus, I don't know if any of you guys know, not only I'm fully doxxed, you can go check me out on LinkedIn. I write a column on LinkedIn that deals with the NFT industry and crypto and some of those things as well, and specifically around how to gamify and how to monetize these projects in such a way that you maintain your level of trust. That's really the whole idea of what I write, is why should people trust you as a business leader? And it literally started when I was a part of a project that was called, what was it called? Octopus Game. Instead of Squid Game, Octopus Game. And they had what they called they said was their demo. And it was motion, and it was graphics, and you could see, the dude walking across the glass, and that game within Squid Game. And I was like, oh, hey, these guys have something, right? So I went ahead and bought some of their NFTs. It was on Solana. And I was like, hey, no gas, no nothing like that. I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna ape in, right? So I got in. And let's just say that they very much did not fulfill what they said they were going to do. And they went away. And they took everybody's money with them. And that's when I started writing about trust in the NFT space. And as the business leader, what did you need to do to be able to maintain that trust? And anyway, I started developing a few, people who would listen, and that's kind of how it started. And then all of a sudden, somebody reached out and said, "Hey, well, we understand you're starting your own thing. Can you help us a little bit?" So sure, why not? Let's do it. And I will go into my resume if you would like, but that's one of the things that is a little bit different about me, is that I have the experience on both sides of the screen. Let's see. We have a winner. No, we don't.
Winner?
No, it's 24. I have to get a straight to get... Okay, so he can score 42 with a large straight, or he could pull off a Jovius. All I would have here is a 4-5. And I would knock him down to 4 if I just took this. So the odds of him getting a large straight are fairly slim. But this was my first roll. Oh, that's the other thing, right? Is you're going to have little indicators here of what roll number you're on. I just need a 1, a 2, or a 3, or a 6. I'm gonna go for this, because this should be a 3, right? Because I've got a 50% chance at a 3. So let's see. Let's see if your code
It works.
works.
But it's statistics,
Look at
my
that.
friend.
Winner.
Unlocking Victory Protocol. You win.
See? You learn. You just learn. Bongo, what kind of consulting do you do? So in that particular instance, this was all about, one, I looked at their game document. I looked at their gameplay document to poke holes in their... trying to figure out how to word this. Their approach to the gameplay from a game mechanics standpoint. And that is, that comes from, doing a little bit of game design myself. I've got, how many games do I have out? Maybe it's 4?
I don't know.
4 or 5, including an RPG and role-playing game. So I was able to take a look at and find some places in which their gameplay documentation was not particularly sound as of yet, and was able to help them. So that was one area. The second area was setting up and maintaining a community, because one of the things that this individual noticed is in a community that I'm in, that I was viewed as one of the community leaders, so to speak, right? Kind of like in the Solarverse. And I although I don't consider myself a community leader in the Solarverse, I consider myself more of an active participant. And then of course they saw the podcast. So you were a part of that, Bonga, by the way, because that was the first show. And so yeah, it is the little things that you don't think about that make you that build a certain degree of credibility about how you approach the business side of things, as well as the gameplay side of things, right? Because it's two very different brains that are to work when you start talking about marketing and you start talking about the business side, right? That's very analytical thought. You put it into it. This is how it's going to work. Whereas the creative side, or the people that are like, don't just get me away from the business people. I don't even want to deal with them. I just want to draw. I just want to code. I just want to do my thing. You go deal with them. And that's where this guy was. This guy had 2 creatives that he was working with, a coder and an artist, and they had no business acumen at the table yet. All they had was this fantastic idea, and so we started talking. We did the legal stuff. They showed me the artwork, and I was blown away. I can honestly say I have never seen an NFT like it. And you guys will find out soon enough. But it is the layers upon layers that they have for this is just unbelievable. So and then again, it's so early in their planning process that I don't even know what's going to stick and what's not going to stick, because I poked a lot of very big holes in their approach, and it was because the artists were trying to develop what they thought the game would be, and the idea of, for example, they didn't have an end goal in mind, right? What was the, and that was the first thing I said, as a player, hey, Rich 2, yo. Oh,
Yo.
what the hell is that? A guy comes in here and in his first chat ever is
dude,
to spam.
That's a common bot.
That's,
You don't get those. Just ban them.
Sucks.
Means you're getting popular.
There it is. That's trouble. Anyway, so yeah, that's it, right? They had the artists trying to come up with a game, and that's just it wasn't going to work, because in their world, and it was a fantastic world, they didn't have, and that was the first question I asked is, as a player, what's my motivation, right? I have this great art, and I'm wandering around in this great environment, but why? What's the so what? What is the so what? If there's not a compelling reason to play the game, then it becomes just this fantastic PFP project with incredible art. But that's not what you want to do, right? You want to have a compelling game, like Alluvium. Have you seen Alluvium, you guys?
Negative.
Oh my God. That is the closest comparison I can draw. Is the artwork in Alluvium is so incredible that you're wandering around this open world and you're finding these alluvians, and they resemble little bugs that are really cute, and they're fantastic in their 3D rendering. But at the end of the day, your alluvians that you train to fight, it turns into auto chess basically. And the project doesn't even have a name yet, by the way. Manga. That's how early they are. The project doesn't even have a name. They don't have a Discord. They don't have, all they have are 3 guys and some art. And a game document. So they are months away from any kind of start. And the alluvians, you train them up and you play. But the thing about Alluvium is that it turns into auto chess. Basically, your team of 3 plays another team of 3, and it winds up being Axie Infinity at the core. Yeah, you're wandering around this fantastic world, and you're doing things, and you're unlocking chests, and you're getting stuff, but at the end of the day, the game mechanic is Axie Infinity. And so unless they change that a little bit, I'm not all that excited about it, because I'm not one that plays these, open world adventure type games without a fear. Like our AR stuff that I've got in my head that I haven't even shared this document with Chris yet is this stuff of saying our augmented reality is going to be wandering around and all of a sudden encountering a dice monster that you have to defeat in battle, right? Rather than, oh, hey, I'm going to make friends with you and you're going to join my team and then we're going to do an auto chess battle at the end. Nah, that's boring. That's boring. I don't know. What do you say, Bonga? Or who else is in chat? Besides Rich Too Sexy. I'm too sexy for my way. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent, just talking, being stupid, and not being entertaining at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me that you want some more. Hey, somebody's making dinner. Oh,
wait,
John is
you're
still
hooking
working.
me up with dinner?
John is still working. Who's doing dinner? Catalyst.
take
Catalyst.
dinner.
As in Catalyst Game Labs? Ever skeptical? I knew a guy at Catalyst. His name was Rhett. Oh, what was his name? Rhett Kipp. Rhett Kipp. I knew him at Catalyst Game Labs a long time ago. This red-headed fellow that would always fix whatever broke at Catalyst because something was always going wrong inside their Gen Con booth, and he was the guy that always just had to fix it. And he wound up doing a podcast that I quite enjoyed because it was all about the business side of the board game industry, and it taught people like me who was designing games how to manufacture games utilizing suppliers in China. And what was the name of that podcast? Oh, Catalyst from Discord. Oh, okay. It was called Paper Money. That's what it was called. It was called Paper Money. And they talked all about how to manufacture board games. And so I learned so much from them that we ultimately went to China and designed and manufactured our board games. This is Eons, and this was Eons Cosmic Expansions, and this was Edition Wars. Those were the.
I was about to go grab my copies and
You've got
show
them?
them off, but I have Eons.
You have Eons? Oh yeah, okay. And
But then I realized, oh yeah, I'm not on camera anymore. What am I going to show?
what are you going to show? You're not going to show anything.
I'm not going to show a damn thing.
Oh, and then the role-playing game that we put out, we actually printed in the U.S. Because printing books, as it turns out, is something that the U.S. does very well and very economically. So you would figure that printing cards and little paper and little fiddly bits that go in board games, you figure the U.S. could do that, but we can't. At least we can't do that very effectively, inexpensively, I should say. This was helping a friend of mine at Improving Enterprises here in Dallas. That they use a board game to train their people, which is very, very innovative. And they design their own board game. It's basically a double deck of cards, and they have a board game designed around that. And they wanted to print it large scale. And they went to manufacturers in the United States, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll print you 500 copies. It'll be $10 per copy." And the guy was like, "Are you kidding? $10 for a deck of cards? 2 decks of cards in a." And so one of their employees is a good friend of mine, and he reached out and he was like, "Hey, don't you have a contact in China?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "Well, our guy's getting quoted like $10 for this game that he wants to print here in the States." And I'm like, "Dude, that's stupid. That's really dumb." And I was like, "I guarantee you that this from China would be base cost." I think I guesstimated it was going to be, I think I told him $3, and I said between $3 and $4. And so I was like, "Okay, fine. I've got 3 factories I can go to." And anyway, within 2 days, I had some quotes back, and it wound up being $3.24. And so that's effectively cutting their price in half, and then ultimately the same people. Hey, I won.
Protocol. You win.
I knew you could do it.
Oh right, okay. So Ever Skeptical is asking. He likes the interface, but explain why. For example, you're rolling the dice under Mavius's name, and then the damage done on your own side. So think of it as it's just a fixed name. So when you go in and play, which you can do, by the way, Ever Skeptical.
Everybody, because I developed it, I put my name as the player.
Right. So
and just for giggles, I put Yoda as the enemy player, but that has zero to do with actual people playing right now.
Right. So if you, let's see.
I mean, don't worry, I already put it in the bug chat, so he knows it's an issue.
Oh, these guys. So eventually you will be logged in as you, and you will be authenticated,
Right.
and I will know who you are.
Yes. Because you're going to have to link
So-
your wallet, right? You're going to have to link your
Mhm.
MetaMask, and we're going to know who you are. Wait, what the heck? Hey,
But right now, no. It's completely
guys.
anonymous for everybody.
Steve, come here.
What is that like from a developer
the heck is
perspective
going on?
when you're trying to set it up so that it's an online game where people can connect with each other
Right.
and display their own names and all that?
So what do you mean? Like how
So-
we
so,
go
like,
about
right-
doing that?
Yeah, because right now it's just fixed. Whereas when it comes to the point, you'll have to have some sort of matchmaking, and then it'll the UI will vary a little bit, but with the changing of the names and all of that. Like, how difficult is that from a development perspective, from like where we are now?
From what you see in front of you, like the effort that I put into this that you see now,
Yeah.
it's so much more difficult. I mean, depending on exactly how I do it, whether I'm going to have authentication done, I think we're going to have to handle the authentication from within the game client as opposed to the website, because this is a Unity game and not built like in HTML and JavaScript and stuff like that. So there's not going to be any talking back and forth. I might be able to figure something out on that. We'll see. But my guess is we're going to have to do it from within the game. And from there, it's just going to be... We'll probably have multiple different ways to handle the username, or how we're going to log in. I'll probably do it similar to how a lot of other places do it, where you can log in as your Google account or your Facebook account. Not because we want to be able to steal your data from Facebook, but because it's easy for you to log in. It's so much faster, so you don't have to know another. But we'll also probably have a username password that you can utilize.
Right. Well, of
So
course,
Gotcha.
at the end of the day, once we have all the... There we go. Once we have all the blockchain information or integrations, then you'll log in with your MetaMask wallet.
Yeah.
I
Or
missed
link-
half of that because there was somebody at the door, and the dogs went bananas.
And well, I guess it's only 9 something.
It is only 9 something. I was sitting here thinking about how late it is because John is still up, and 3 a.m., 4 a.m. there in London, and I'm thinking, who the hell is at my door at 2 in the morning? And
I mean, but at the same time, it's still nobody ever comes to my place past 7 o'clock.
right, and
Because they know I might throw something at them.
I guess looking back on it, one of the things we could have done was to hard code player 1 and player 2, or maybe we can go back and fix this in an iteration and just say
I can.
yeah, and just say
If it is an annoyance for people, I definitely can change that. That was more just for shits and giggles for myself.
yeah, and oh my God, what is with this thing? Goodness gracious, this is killing me. I can't hear anything. What? Okay, there's that.
But in actuality, more than likely, what I will do for login is link the MetaMask. Log in with some other thing, because I'm not sure what the API for MetaMask looks like. how easy it is to link my data to their data.
Oh, it's
If that makes sense.
oh no, this is a it's a real. I wouldn't call it a basic call, but it's a JavaScript that you just kick off and it does an authentication. in
Well,
the
but see
background.
I mean, not to say I can't kick off a JavaScript call, but you know, this has got to run from a
Yeah, our server.
well, it's got to run. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things going on here. Like right now, what you're looking at, everything running for this game is running right where you see it, right there in this client.
Right.
That's not the way the final game's going to run. 90% of this is going to run on a server
Yeah. Everything's gonna be
and
servers.
communicate with the client because we can't have you hacking your client and cheating and stealing everybody, and winning every single game. That's just not going to happen. We can't let that happen. So it's going to have to happen on the server.
There you go.
So
See, take it.
we
Take
just
it.
got we there's some research that's going to need to go into that and figuring out how we want to handle it.
Take it from the guy that just put that in chat.
Web3 JS is, in general is poo. Yeah. Well, my own opinion, I hate JavaScript. Period. I don't care whether we're talking about Web3 or not or something else. You know, I was so glad when they just ditched it from Unity. They had this it was JavaScript. It was called JavaScript, but it was not JavaScript. And it took everything bad about JavaScript and made it worse. But the thing that made it even worse about it was that it kind of held back it held back Unity.
Oh, did it?
They couldn't do so many cool things. And then they decided, screw this. We're not going to support anything but C#. And the code base, the application got 1,000 times better overnight. I felt.
Well, and you're the expert, dude. I'm just here for business. You get me technical, and I'll start running out of talent.
You have talent?
Oh, that's not nice. That is not nice at all.
Snap. Oh, that's fun.
But yeah, and you know, all of a sudden we'll just pivot completely and say we're going to go to Solana, which no, we're not. That would be another whole host of nightmares. So yeah, I am attacking as Mavius, and I'm attacking myself, Big Yoda. But yeah, we
And
could.
that's solely because the names are hard coded.
Right.
Because I laughed.
Maybe we could just say Player One and Jarvis.
Yeah, I'll probably kick off a build before I go to bed and change that. Just because, yeah, you're right. Funny as I think it is that I'm always winning because the players, because my AI is not where I want it to be yet, and we can beat them pretty. I wanted Big Yoda to be a bad player.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's exactly what he wanted. He wanted Big Yoda to just be stupid all the time. Because I am most of the time. I mean, let's just face that.
But I still am very for how much I put into this.
We're still,
I'm actually very happy with how well it turned out.
well, I mean, we've really been at this for 3.5 sprints, 4.
Yeah, but I knocked out that well, you remember that day that it's all Unity.
Yeah.
You remember that day where I was like, "Oh, I found this article on Yahtzee, algorithms and
Oh, yes, when you found that white paper. Yes.
and it was not part of the sprint I'm supposed to be working on, but I hyper focus, man, and I knocked out half of this in the evening when I was really supposed to be working on some other stuff.
Right. And all of a sudden we had
And
AI.
then I was like, I think this is good, but I had nothing to work against.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing I could use it on at the time. It was all theoretical, and then I'm like, well, okay. And then I started actually working on the AI, and I plugged it in, and it worked the first time. And at first, I was like, oh, well, this AI is terrible because it has a 2 pair already there, and it's not holding it. It's holding a 2-3, and then suddenly it gets a large straight because it's looking at the average probability or the average score that it can get for every single combination of holds, and it takes the highest probability. And so if it has more chances to get that large straight, and that throws into the average, and boom, it pushes it up, even though it's got a more guaranteed 2 pair. Yeah, that makes sense. And it was very enjoyable. I will nerd out all day over AI.
Yeah.
All day.
So in other words, we have an AI that plays. Basically, he kicked my ass all the time, so we had to give the player a loaded die. If you didn't have this and you couldn't do your strategy around the 50% chance of this first die being a 3, then the game would be much harder, because the first time I played through it, it took me 6 times to beat the damn thing?
I think more than that.
It might have been more than that, yeah. It might have been more than that, because it was... Yeah, it was like a professor from some East Coast school or something had nothing better to do than to put together a white paper that was the algorithm for the perfect Yahtzee strategy.
Yeah, and while I didn't use it because I had to come up with my own probabilities, because we're not.
Oh, right.
While this
Right,
is similar to Yahtzee, it's not Yahtzee,
Right.
And the probabilities and the smart plays don't work
Right.
for this.
Right.
Because there's no like locking out I can do 3 of a kind on 3s every single time, and it's fine.
Right.
You can't do that in Yahtzee.
Right. Once you get a large straight, you're never going for a large straight again.
I think you get 3 of them or something like that. I don't know.
In
It's been a while
triple.
since I played Yahtzee.
In triple Yahtzee, you can do 3. But like in the basic Yahtzee, you do a 3 of a kind, a 4 of a kind, full house, small straight, large straight Yahtzee, and then has many 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s as you can, and then you get a bonus if you get more than 65 or something. And the reason I know this is because my wife plays dice with friends incessantly. And so that was just where my brain went with a dice game, because there are, I don't know, if you look at the App Store, Dice with Friends has something absurd, like 37 million users. And it's just simply rolling dice. And people are paying money to play the game, right? Sure, it's free to play, but if you want to play more than 5 games in an hour, either you have to wait for your cooldown to get another energy token, or you can replenish your energy for 99 cents.
So my question is how much does your wife spend on?
She doesn't. She doesn't pay any money on it.
That you know of.
That I know of, right? She may have her own slush fund account used for gaming. No, but you know my wife. She's about as technical as a porcupine.
Ooh. Is she listening in?
No, but she would admit it. She would truly admit it. that she just was not. She's not a big gamer. She likes Yahtzee. She loves Yahtzee, and she'll also play Candy Crush a lot.
Is she gonna play Battle Dice?
I don't know, and that's the
excited
thing.
for
I need to show this to her and let her kind of play through it a little bit and see if she would want to.
You know, and actually, that might be a very good here. Everybody who's looking at it right now is very interested in the NFT aspect.
Right.
Like, that's the thing that they are excited about, you know? But, is that going to carry this game well enough? Like, I would hope that this is the type of game that could pull people into the NFT space. And and it's not going to do that unless, hey, whoa, you mean I can own my own dice and build them up and play Dice with Friends or Yahtzee or whatever you want to like make it similar,
Right.
consider it
That-
similar to.
So that's the other thing, right? Is this battle dice is easy for us to make. We could just as easily create Dice with Friends using NFTs,
Sure.
And so
And
you're
it
playing
wouldn't.
that
It's not
traditional
like
thing.
nobody's ever made a derivative game.
Well, and that's what Dice with Friends is. Yahtzee has its own, app that millions of people play. But Dice with Friends skinned it because they were the ones that came out with, as you play, you can unlock skins for your dice, right? And that's what everybody was after, all these skins, right? That's the whole thing that all the kids want in like
All them kids.
all them kids, all them Gen Zs and all them millennials, all they really want is the skin for their Fortnite that nobody else has. I mean, I fell into that. When I was playing Fortnite, I actually got a friend of mine who bought a Galaxy 9, who never played Fortnite ever. I got her to give me her phone for an hour so that I could play enough time to get the Galaxy skin in Fortnite. Because I'm stupid.
Agreed. Oh, I mean,
But I mean, and that's one of the things, right? Is that our NFTs are going to have their own skins, but one of the things that you'll be able to earn as a part of your gameplay is that you never know when you're going to get a random drop. When you win a game, you may get tokens. You will get XP. You may get tokens. You may get materials, and then those materials can be used to
I need you to stop talking.
buy to make new NFTs. Yeah, no, I mean this is long-term roadmap stuff. You've got like a year and a half to figure this out. Hold on a second. You talk for a little bit because I have a phone call.
The thing that I'm really looking forward to with this whole project is like seeing how like these NFT dice with custom attributes could like interface with games like Settlers of Catan
Ooh,
or
yeah.
or like Risk, and it would just totally, like
Risk would be
change up the
amazing.
entire gameplay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, oh man, that actually is really cool little idea. I mean, Settlers of Catan, yeah, but okay, so Chief Wiggs, so
Uh-oh.
the is it pay to win then? No. Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it pay to win, no, because here's the thing: what is a good strategy? And getting all sixes. Well, you see here, I mean, there's a 50% chance, which it's not. I don't know if we're going to get it that high in real gameplay, and it's still not popping up. Hugely consistent. So and
Right.
oh, four of a kind is pretty good. Five of a kind is the best hand you can get in this. But the straights are the ones that get you the most points. So I wouldn't call it play to win, and whoever has the best dice wins. Because there's also going to be the attributes as well.
Right.
It will affect it, like your ability to dodge, your
What the hell
ability
is going on here?
you hit harder when you have higher strength. Things like that are going to make a big difference.
So one of the things that we've yet to make a final decision on is the mechanics that will match you with another person when you're PvP. And one of the things for sure, if we allow loaded dice, which in this game, it more than likely is you're not going to have any loaded dice. You're not going to have any dice that have a probability of rolling a 5 or a 6, because you could then consistently mint, if you had the money to do so, you could mint die after die after die and get your 5 dice that have a tendency to roll 5 50% of the time. So that's not what in my game design brain is going for. Now the attributes Mavis is talking about, those are consistent, meaning if you have guts of a 3 instead of a 2, then you're going to start the game with an extra 10 hit points. And your opponent may have dice with more muscles than guts. That's fine, because then they get to hit for 5 or 10% more per hit. And the matchmaking mechanism is going to take into account whether you are using NFT dice or not. And it will never, ever, ever match up somebody that doesn't have any NFT dice, that's just playing with the 5 computer-generated basic dice that are all 2s across the board in their attributes. It will never pair one of those people up with someone that has 5 NFT dice that are going to...
I actually would slightly disagree on that. On one little part of that aspect. While we're not going to randomly match anybody up, I think we're going to have a system for you to challenge people.
Oh, sure.
And you can challenge whoever the hell you want. You want to go up against somebody who has all NFT dice and you don't have any? That is on you.
Yeah, and that goes without saying, right? We will have those two things, but from a matchmaking standpoint, and I didn't get all the way through, there will be a skill rating that as you progress up the ladder. That means that if you are a no NFT dice player and you're of a certain skill, then you very well may play against somebody that has NFT dice because they suck. Right? And so
that'll be me.
But that's what do they call that in Hearthstone? They call that MMR, right? Your matchmaking rating. And I didn't like the changes that they made because it did not help me when they changed the MMR to more of a you're always going to play people with the same MMR instead of playing the people that are at your same rank. And if you're familiar with Hearthstone, you start at bronze 10, you work up to bronze 1, and then you get into silver, and you go 10 to 1 again, then you get to gold, then you get to platinum, and then diamond, and then finally diamond 1, you have to win your boss fight or beat somebody when you're at diamond 1 to get to legendary. But once you're legendary, you have this MMR that's really high. And so they changed it to where you're going to face other people. Do I sound normal to you guys, or do I sound like I've got three voices?
You're a crazy person.
No.
You're talking about
sound-wise. I sound okay because
I'm fine.
Okay, my mic is sounding really weird through my earphones.
You actually listen to your mic through your headphones? I don't know how you do that.
And that's the thing, right? Coming from a background of radio, I'm very used to having my own voice in my ears, and so MMR matches you with other people with the same MMR. So as a legendary player, playing in bronze as I work myself up in the beginning of the season, I'm not playing against other bronze players. I'm playing against other legends that happen to be in bronze. And so I'm like, God dang it. It takes longer to level up now because I'm playing people of my own skill level. And so they changed that because, of course, the people who are bronze players having to deal with a random legendary person that's working their way up just started late in the month. All of a sudden they come up with, they're bronze 7 and they hardly ever get out of silver, and all of a sudden they see a legend card back and they're like, how the hell am I going to beat this person? But I don't play Hearthstone anymore. So
that was pretty much why I quit playing Hearthstone.
Really? Because of the matchmaking, huh?
Yeah.
People like me scared away, yeah. And they changed it. They changed it now, so you're matched up against people your own skill level.
I mean, it was lots of fun when I played, but I didn't want to put any money into it, and so it got to the point where I couldn't make any headway because everyone I was competing against just had amazing cards, and I didn't have such a thing, and it was just brutal.
Yep. I know the feeling.
Yeah, my problem is, and it's the same thing I had with in Magic the Gathering, is I just don't think the same way with strategy
Right.
as the better players. And I get stomped. And it just would get I didn't have as much fun with it as I should have.
Right. Right. Oh, there we go. I guess when I put my headphones down, I hit the noise cancellation feature, and it started to just drown everything out. Duh.
That'll
Have
do
you guys
it.
ever heard of the old game Supremacy?
I feel like yes, but I need to like see it.
I don't remember.
It was basically, it came out I think in the maybe late 80s, early 90s, and it was like Risk but with nuclear warfare.
Oh.
And
When did Risk come out?
Oh man, dude, that was in the '60s.
Was it? Is it really that old?
Yeah, it's been through several iterations, but it's an old game.
1957.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
I
a
would
really
just
old game.
if I had I just moved, and if I had like I've been wanting to play Risk Legacy so bad. If I had people, I need to find people. Like I was looking at it today, and I almost bought it anyway. Buying something like Risk Legacy without people ready to play it, oh, that's not the smartest move.
Right. Yeah, you need a group, and I had in high school, I had a group of friends that were Risk nerds, and we would play Risk or Axis and Allies all the damn time. It was so stupid. We would because we didn't because we didn't just enjoy Risk enough. We had to play Risk or actually Axis and Allies. We had to play Axis and Allies blind, meaning the U.S. and U.S. and England, and who was the other? Who's the other allies? I guess the Soviet Union, right, was an ally at that point, and then Germany and Japan were the Axis, and we we would have three people in one room. We would put up a curtain so that
Oh my god!
and there would be a referee that would enforce fog of war. So if you tried to move into another space and you didn't know, then a battle would ensue. And if you didn't move in with enough forces, you would lose. And so then you got to the point of people moving one unit across all over the place just to try and scout. And it became this massive thing of trying to figure out where the other person was. And it was hilariously, stupidly hard, but it wound up being fun.
So the thing I always hated about Risk, and I think is not a case on Risk Legacy, is it takes the worst thing about about the old school American style games where like one person can lose the game and you might as well go home. Ain't nobody, they're going to be playing for 3 or 4 more hours if they're playing Risk.
Right.
You get knocked out early,
Right.
and that's the thing I love about the about newer style board game is that even if it's an elimination type game, you might get eliminated and then 2 minutes later the game's over. I tell you,
What was that? Did you
Big
see
Yoda
that?
here is the I played a couple of games, board games, before I met him, like newer style board games. But he's the one that got me really. He's the reason I have such a big collection in there.
Yeah, it's my fault. Blame
Yeah.
the game designer.
Yeah, because we used to do board game lunches.
Yes, we did.
I miss those. At future jobs, I like jobs after that. Like I tried to start that, but it has not.
It hasn't worked out.
It has not. Yeah, no.
I remember you and me and Sam and a couple others would sit and play whatever it is that we decided to play that day. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. Oh, here we go.
Whatever happened with that one game? I talk about it with people and I can't find it anywhere.
That
Everyone
one
is
game.
John.
Dude, that's the one that I just put out. That one is what is it? A platinum bestseller now, I think on
Is it?
on Drive Through RPG. Yeah, we are in the we are in the top 12% of sales by volume for Drive Through RPG for that title. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can explain this better than I can.
Unlocking victory
But
protocol.
oh my god, it was
Win.
so much fun. Like, it's an RPG, tabletop RPG where everybody plays the same character who's extremely schizophrenic.
Yeah. It's being John Malkovich kind of, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so
And you,
yeah.
oh, go ahead, go. No, it's your game. Tell about it.
All right, so the idea is everyone is John is that literally everybody around the table is a voice in John's head. In the actual book, we try to avoid using, terms like crazy or whatnot, but we will say that John has several voices in his head. Everybody starts the game with a number of tokens, and the GM gets to determine the number of tokens based on how long they want the game to run. But the idea is simple, that the player that wants to control John just simply bids the amount of tokens whenever John falls asleep. And John wakes up under the control of a different voice. So that's how the mechanic works for saying who's going to take over John around the table, and everybody bids their tokens, they spend their tokens, until they get down to no tokens left. And then once everybody's out of tokens, the game ends, and it is a competitive RPG. So you set the stage with what's called a liner or a teaser, or I forgot exactly what we called it. But the story is, for example, John wakes up in a hotel room, and there is a very beautiful but naked lady next to him, and there is a spilled...
I think we played this scenario.
This is the scenario that comes, the first scenario in the book. That he wakes up, he's in a hotel room with a very scantily clad young lady, and there is a spilled glass of wine in the bed, and he doesn't remember where he's at, and all of a sudden the shooting starts, right? And and he has to figure out where to go, and ultimately the story of what the ultimate goals are defined by the players. So the players get to decide what their voices' goals are. And there's an easy one, a medium, and a hard. An easy goal would be something like, I like to kick dogs. And a medium goal would be like, I want to start a bar fight. And then a hard goal would be like, I want to rob a bank, or I want to kill 3 people.
Oh, did you change it to where it's a... Because it was not something you chose. It was something that was randomly drawn or something.
Right.
Back whenever I...
Right. So
played.
we took a little bit more of the original design in terms of allowing players to choose their own destinies to fulfill and their own goals. And so their A, B, and C, or their easy, medium, and hard, would earn them points based on every time that they achieved one of their goals. And then whenever somebody gets a goal, then John falls asleep and somebody else gets to take over. So because you hit a goal doesn't mean you get to automatically parlay that into your next goal, because obviously it can't be that easy. And if you decide to do something that it makes John bored, then John just falls asleep. And when that happens, everybody gets an extra token. And the game continues. So it's fun. If you guys want to check it out, there is a drive-through RPG. Everyone is John. You can do that. Or if you email me in a really nice, it's only like $5 or $6 or something.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I had I've talked to people about that game many times, and it's just like yeah, it was gone.
Yeah, no, it's there. In fact, hold on, I'll show you.
Well, I can speak from firsthand experience. It's a lot of fun.
I'm holding in my hand a copy of.
Yep, that's it.
This is the book. We actually printed hard covers of the book, right here.
Another one that you had us play that, and I remember Chris had it was the we did it for his going away party.
Yeah.
What was the name of that game? It's the end of the world game, the apocalypse game.
Dang it. Dang it.
Did y'all release that one, or was that somebody else's?
No, that wasn't ours.
Oh.
That was. Oh man, I'm trying to remember what that one was. Oh.
So
Yeah.
so
Anyway,
the
yeah.
idea behind it was, it's some scenario for the end of the world. All right, see you, Bonga.
Oh man. Yep. See you guys.
So the concept behind it was, it's the end of the world, and you get to choose between which end of the world: zombies, flood, earthquake, whatever. And you build your character, and your character is literally
You.
you.
Yep.
Not like some fantasized version of you. It is literally you. And you build your character up, and you like, okay, how strong am I?
Right.
How, what is my survival skills? And then everybody votes on it.
whether
whether
you're
you
accurate.
You were full of shit or not. And I don't know if this was the way you were supposed to start the game, or if that's just the way we did it. But literally, the game started with, we're sitting in a room playing this game, and it happens. And at least the way he did it, Chris was running it, and he gets killed off instantaneously. And then it's us. What are we gonna do? And it's not like you're not putting yourself into some elven ranger's shoes. What would he do? He's chaotic neutral. Da da da. No.
What would you do?
You do?
Yeah. I gotta remember that game. I don't remember the name of that game, but that was something. That really was fun. I think we've lost all our viewers for the most part. I think.
That's because you're boring.
I am boring. I'm boring. Boring as hell.
But hey, on the plus side, I am halfway through building this Gundam.
Wait, what?
I've been building this Gundam the whole time.
Oh.
You see them at like Barnes and Noble and stuff. Like
yeah.
Yeah, I bought one today, and that was the reason I almost missed out on the on streaming the game development, because I started working on it. I'm like, I don't want to stop. And basically, the whole time we've been at this, that's what I've been doing.
Oh, really? You just been you haven't been making fun of my my stupid decisions trying to roll dice. You've just been building.
Yep. And it's a lot of fun.
You're at the Gundam tile. No, that's not it.
Well, like I went to an actual hobby store to buy it, because the Barnes and Noble had one I wasn't that interested in, and like they have one that's like $300.
Oh, whoa!
And I'm like, I want that, but I was like, I've never done one of these before.
Right.
Let's
Let's
buy the cheap one first.
Dial that back a little bit.
And make sure I enjoy it. And then I'll go spend stupid amounts of money. I have no problem spending $300 on a cool model that I actually enjoyed putting together. And by the way, I don't know if it's going to be like super soon. I'm buying the goddamn $300 model.
There you go. I was going to say we put it on.
Protocol.
Yay!
You win.
On a totally random note, you guys both have two-factor authentication for your Discord, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
I don't know if Mavius does, but I do.
Yeah. I think.
Okay, good, because I'm there's this other NFT project I've been involved in as a moderator, and I've been in there from like the very beginning back in November, and just now I'm the only one online. All of the developers are asleep in the other part of the world. I'm the only moderator online, and the Dinobot and one of the other moderator accounts have been hacked so that this other mod, she's posting minting is live and then Dino's following with a link.
Whoa!
And the entire general chat is locked. And I can't do anything about it because I don't have the permission to kick Dinobot or this other mod because we have the same role. So the only thing that I'm able to do that I just figured out is I made a role with no positions or with no permissions at all, assign Dino to that role so that it can't do anything.
Wow.
But as of now, general chat is totally locked.
Oh man, I'm glad it's not the other project that I was. When you said another project, my immediately went to the Solarverse, and I mean you said general chat's locked. I'm like, oh my god, oh thank God it's not them.
No, it's not the Solarverse, thank God. But
wow, dude. So at least you've got that done, but they're wow.
Man, crazy.
So wait a second. So Yeti Overlord is Sweaty Yeti Launch Crew. How did I not know this? And I've been noticing here lately because when I talked about the two guys that were consulting with me on building our contract for our NFTs, it's those guys. So somehow I got into their project without knowing who they were, and they're in the Solarverse. Wow, small world. Small world. Holy cow.
It's a small world after all.
Because I just saw this Yeti Overlord talking with Bonga in general chat. And talking about his Sweaty Yeti Launch Crew project. I'm like, wait a second. Holy cow. This is something.
Well, hey, I think I am gonna.
You're gonna hit the hay. All right, man. We've released the information. It is in the Discord. You guys can all play and have fun and hit our Discord, obviously, with any bugs you find, any ideas that you have, and we can go ahead and go to bed. And then anybody who mints between now and midnight, you will be eligible for the drawing.
There you go. There's the Discord link. If you're not in there already,
go.
get your butt in there.
Yep. And once we get enough boosts, we can actually create a permanent link that is like, Discord/Diceaverse or something. But anyway, exciting stuff, man.
Yeah,
exciting stuff.
I appreciate you going through and writing up all the requirements, because I spend way too much time on that stuff. I'll let you do that.
Yeah, easy. All right, dude. We'll
Y'all
talk
take
to
care.
you later. Yeah, man. And heck, we will talk to you guys very, 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 very soon. Sky, man, appreciate you jumping on. You're in the States, yeah?
Yeah, no, I'm in California, so it's only
8 o'clock
8:30
there.
here.
Yeah, 8:30. Oh, dude. Oh, okay. I don't think I knew that. I might have known that. I don't know for sure.
It's nice to be with people, to be in a project where the leads are close to the same time zone as me, whereas all these other projects, it's like everything's happening in the middle of the night, and I'm just like, well, shit.
Yeah, if you're in an Asian project or a European project, there's significant overlap. At least the European project's only 6 hours ahead. Well, in your case, 8 hours ahead. But
Yeah, well, I mean, like tea time with Senna and Tom is at 3:30 in the morning. It's like
right,
that's
right, right.
not gonna happen for me.
At least for me, it's 5:30, so it's closer to wake up time. But I can't make that every day. That's just not. I got up early one day to make it, and then realized that I was actually 45 minutes too early, and I went back to sleep, and so I missed it.
Yeah, at that point, it's just go back to bed.
Right, right. And then at that point, I was already starting to get sick with COVID, and I was like, screw this, I'm going back to bed. Because I was tired and having a very, very bad couple of days there. But overall, it wasn't, it wasn't terrible. So, yeah, I guess, you know what, we'll put the wraps on the stream here, and there is exactly 1 hour and 38 minutes left. And the opportunity to get in the OG whitelist for life. So,
Never again.
All right, we'll cut the stream.